The Mandalorian.
Mando.
The Disney Plus bellwether show. Pretty much the reason people signed up for Disney Plus right away.
What, you're not watching High School Musical, the musical, or whatever the fuck it's called?
I watch one other show that's on Disney Plus. I watch Encore with my fiance. It's a show hosted by Kristen Bell, where she gets these drama clubs from years back to get together to reenact their plays, so redo the plays that they did when they were in high school. It's it's mindless. I'm not really getting too much out of it, but over the Christmas break, when it's a bit of a dead time and we needed something to watch before The Bachelor comes back tonight, really filled that void. So definitely recommend Encore if you just want something light and mindless. But Mandalorian, I would
That's why people are watching this review for the other Rex.
Yes. If you like The Mandalorian, you'll certainly like Encore. No, The Mandalorian, though. Jon Favreau at the helm of this thing. We reviewed the first 2 episodes, I believe.
So,
it was only the first one.
Yep. And because there was 2 in the first week when it launched, right?
Yeah. Man, shout out Baby Yoda, because we at the time we talked about how smart it was to have that at the end of the first episode and how it's just like captured cultural conversation. It just hasn't let go. Every time Baby Yoda does anything, the internet goes fucking wild for this little guy. It's awesome.
We're in ABY, after Baby Yoda. Can you remember before? I can.
Yeah, BY and AY. There you go. Man, so now that The Mandalorian's wrapped up, and we talked a little bit about this on our Best of the Year pod, check that out. How are you feeling about it, Dave? How are you feeling about the show overall as a whole? Didn't make your top 10 list. It just missed it. Are you feeling like this is a satisfying Star Wars property? Are you pleased with it? Are you disappointed? Where are you at?
Yeah, no. Very satisfying. I felt satisfied basically the whole run. It just got nudged out of my list just because I felt it's a strong year for television in 2019. That's all. It's the best Star Wars story of the year. That's for sure. Check our Rise of Skywalker review for more thoughts on that.
Clear out some time for that one.
Yeah, clear out some time for sure. No, The Mandalorian, man. It's kind of what I wanted. It's kind of what I asked for, what I expected when I was told they're making a show about a Mandalorian bounty hunter. Cool. Mm-hmm. And there's a fucking Yoda in it, a baby one that's cute as shit and is the meme of the year. Yeah, I'm with it. And from a filmmaking aspect, we have really well done traditional television making where we get procedural in the middle and then get really serialized at the end, and it wraps up perfectly together, like Justified and a lot of other old Western shows people are calling back to with this. From a structure standpoint, I think it's great. I think a lot of the people that were like bitching week to week about the lack of immediate plot gratification, I just feel like they don't watch that much TV. Like I had never really understood that critique at all, because like people calling some of the middle shit filler. Like, if that's your main criticism, that just didn't feel important to you, but this is what TV does, man. Yeah, and this was good, and it's just Star Wars doing it in a good way. So yeah, I really like just about everything about it, and the finale I thought was dynamite. In particular, really wrapped everything we had built to and fleshed out up in a really satisfying way. So that's an obvious path forward for season 2, which we know is coming back in the fall. So yeah, I really dug it, man.
Yeah. As you're talking about like the people who are critiquing the procedural aspect of it in the middle and just kind of feeling like it was filler, it's like, if you ever enjoyed Law and Order, like it's the same shit. There's no plot movement in any of those episodes. You're just case of the week. It's like this is mission or adventure of the week. But this actually had an overarching payoff, as some of those people involved in this mission of the week ended up coming together at the end to help with the overall plot development and plot movement at the end. So
is that not the appeal of watching a bounty hunter on TV be a bounty hunter a little bit? Like,
right.
What? Especially when like some of the film, because the really talented, stable directors on this show, and you think back to the Bill Burr episode where there's that like flashing
strobe light
hallway scene, There's some really cool techniques on the show as well. It really looks awesome the whole time. And I'd recommend reading there's a Slash Film article about the stagecraft technology, where they basically are using LED screens to make the environment. So it's kind of the evolution of the green screen. We heard about this with First Man as well. So the way they made this set, and they shot this whole show, this entire show was shot in Los Angeles on sound stages, but it looks so great. And then you combine that with really cool camera techniques, and again, just I think good overall filmmaking procedure. It's and satisfying Star Wars stuff along the way. It's really good package.
Yeah, you talk about the directors this season. We talked a little bit about Deborah Chow and how excited we were to see her at the helm for episode 3, The Sin. But Dave Filoni and Rick Famuyiwa are at the helm in pretty much every other one that isn't a Favreau directed episode. And man, I think they both capture the essence of the story and really give it a place. And to have so many different people at the helm, Bryce Dallas Howard also directs one of them as well. But they all really created this cohesive season, but still had, put in these little like stylistic flares, like you talked about. Famuyiwa, I want to make sure I'm saying his name right. Sorry, it's Rick Famuyiwa.
Yeah, Rick Famuyiwa. Yep, directed Dope.
He really brings this like sense of like tightness to it. He directed that episode we talked about with like the strobe lights, but also you think about like the coloring in that episode, how when the ship goes on lockdown, it's like this like tinted red color. Or then you think back to like Dave Filoni with like the Gunslinger and how they're out in like the sands there of Tatooine. Like it's this very like very Western-y vibe. I felt like the show always felt consistent from episode to episode, even with different directors at the helm, but it still brought something different every week that I thought was fun or interesting, stylistically at least. And one of the things I think I liked most was this didn't hold to a structure of okay, 45-minute hours long. This one might be 46. This one might be an hour long. And it really just serviced the story the way it needed to every time, and didn't put things in or drag things out just to do it. It felt like they had an idea for each story. They know what they wanted to show, and they executed it that way. And it also seems like that was kind of the way that they did the season, because it seems like they have a clear direction of where they're going with this, and it's set up for, I think, an excellent season 2 in terms of direction, with now Mando and Baby Yoda having to go find Baby Yoda's home planet. So just really impressed with the direction and the creative forces that went into this and how they executed everything.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Darksaber. That was cool to see. As a Clone Wars fan. Shout out Giancarlo Esposito not pulling up until episode 7.
Yep.
Saving that Moff Gideon heat for the end, just doing a full-on Gus Fring 2.0.
Right.
All like, good.
They're like, okay, we're gonna hire you to play Moff Gideon, and then it's like, okay, so what's the character? Okay, so he's Gus Fring in space. And like, oh, okay, cool. So you said you really liked the last episode, which was Taika Waititi directed. What did you like so much about that? What do you think really made the final episode such a good episode? Because it's getting a lot of praise online.
Just the use of IG-11, the using the red herring that was the thermal detonator in his chest, and they're kind of playing with some headier themes about droids having a soul or not, stuff like that. You get Mando's face, you get his name, all that stuff, and then seeing the jetpack versus TIE fighter fight at the end, I think was cool. And also a nice way to flip the rarely threatening presence of a TIE fighter on its head by having you understand actually how intimidating that would be to normal small group of people. So yeah, it was really thrilling.
Yeah, I liked how they brought so many things together, whether it was Mando and his feelings about droids and kind of flipping that on its head, or even like uh, the thing with IG-11, how he's, and then also like you said, the dark saber at the end, which I didn't know what that was. I just thought it looked cool. Then doing some more research, it seems it ties into some real Star Wars lore.
Mm-hmm.
So setting up some real deep fan services. So those real Star Wars fans who've seen and partaken in online chats and watched all the Clone do with this. Were you excited when you saw the darksaber? Were you like, yes, here we go?
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, I knew exactly what it was, of course, but yeah, that was sick. And leads more questions, and that might actually tie directly into Clone Wars Season 7, which is coming up next month on Disney+. But yeah, that was cool to see, and kind of like seeing Baby Yoda in the first episode to a lesser extent, just kind of making your mind think a little bit and open up more possibilities. So, and we know Gamorreans are coming in Season 2. Favreau posted a concept art image, or was it a costume? I forget, but yeah, I'm stoked for Season 2, no doubt.
Any predictions for Season 2? Anything you're thinking we'll see for sure, other than what's been confirmed?
No, I really don't have any, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's the fun thing about it, is that it's very just like, it's open right now. It can go in any direction. And the fact that they're going to be just traversing across the galaxy, trying to figure out where Baby Yoda's from, the possibilities are endless for this show. And I have a feeling it's not going to be slowing down anytime soon. So Mandalorian Season 2, we'll be talking about it. Give us your thoughts on Season 1. Hit us up on Twitter.